Good afternoon. My name is Anderson Chow. Can you hear me? Okay, just to confirm what Hussein has just said just now, I'm doing another test. Just look at it. So obviously I failed. Okay, so to tell you all, it's okay to fail this test. It's a psychological test, it's a fun test, it's good. I've been in advertising for 20 years, working on campaigns, advertising, producing TV commercials, ad campaigns for 20 years around the region. So I'm back here in Malaysia. So just to let you know that it's a light-hearted test, so don't worry that you are on my side. So you are still able to create creative contents if you want to, yeah. Okay, my subject, I don't have that much of time compared to Hussein. He has 1 hour, I have half an hour. So my subject is video content strategy. I'll just run the video. Why video at all, yeah? Let's look at the video now. Sorry about the sound system. Someone, if you hear me, would you mind coming help me with the sound system? The volume is a bit low. Okay, just some statistics to cover why video matters at all. 52% of consumers engage with a brand after watching video. So that's very important. This talk is specifically catered to e-commerce particularly, but it also works for services as well as any other businesses, yeah. 72% prefer over text, video over text when learning about product or service. So this again is statistically confirmed that video is more effective than text or even static pictures. Overall, 35% consumer and 41% of them are millennials, express interest for a link at the end of the videos that lead them to more information about the video. So imagine if you have created videos and then you upload it onto Facebook or YouTube or any other social media platform, and if you have a link at the end of your video, the percentage of millennials, which are a lot of your target audience, actually click onto this link to find out more about your information, about your company and your offering. And some other products that you may be involved in, that you are probably selling: personal electronics, household appliances, clothing, makeup, and personal care. Now, Hussein also iterated the importance of video in terms of statistics. 80% global internet traffic for online videos by 2020. So just now, as he mentioned, about 63% this year. So in another year, you have an increase of 70% of people actually watching videos on your platform. So whether it's an e-commerce platform, your website, or whatever it is, so long as you make available a certain kind of videos that work for your business, it will work. So I will go into helping you understand what kind of videos actually work for your business. How do you go into creating the content strategy for your particular business. I'll jump straight into it. Okay. Before we go into content strategy, we need to understand what is considered a video count. Meaning, video count means once you have uploaded, what is considered a count, a view by your target audience, how long do they need to watch it to be considered as a view. Yeah? So these are the particular popular platform. 30 seconds of your video on Google and on YouTube are considered as one count. These are statistics that help you understand the video that you create on your social media or your platform, e-commerce platform. 3 seconds of video once you created. If anybody who just happened to scroll through your page, all they need to take is 3 seconds of static view of your video, and that's considered a count. This matters to you because basically it means that you have to pay money to sell your Facebook ads, right? Because when you buy Facebook ads, for video particularly, so long as any of us stay on that video for 3 seconds, it's considered one count. And that one count is actually money from your pocket. Yeah? So as you can see also, Instagram is part of Facebook, also 3 seconds. Twitter and LinkedIn are all around 3 seconds. Now this figure is probably changing now, especially LinkedIn and Twitter. They are probably considering below 3 seconds. So meaning, the moment you go into Twitter, whether you look at the video or you don't look at the video, the moment you scroll through, it's considered one count. So there goes your money. So you better make sure that the video that you create are worth your money, right? Otherwise, you're just paying money to the social media platform, right? That's how Zuckerberg makes money anyway. What's the purpose of the video in e-commerce? Attract new customers, obviously, because once you have created a video, you need to make sure that there are new people, your customers or potential customers would be interested to know your brand and learn about your brand and what your offerings are, your service or your products. So the very basic objective of creating a video is basically to attract customers. That's the first step of creating any videos. Increase conversion rate. Again, this is basically marketing funnels. Once you have created a brand awareness, people understand who you are, they don't buy from you. For the first few videos that they have watched, they definitely will not buy from you because they still do not know who you are. So what's important is to continue to engage the target audience of your conversation and your story, your narrative about your product and your brand. So after let's say if you're so happy to have them converted into your customers, you need to increase conversion. Meaning, if I want to sell a brand of bags and I only have one person buying, that's not sufficient for me to continue running my business. So the second objective is obviously to increase conversion, meaning you need to have traffic buying your products. You need to have conversion, more people buying your products. So this is in terms of getting more people, getting more numbers to convert into your customers. So that's the second objective. Third objective, obviously, is to increase average order value. Meaning, just now you have, let's say, 100 customers already buying from you or bought from you. Now, the next strategy along the marketing funnel is basically to ask them or to get them to buy more, continuously buy more. Just like fast food restaurant upsell, or what you call, they call it what? Sorry? Yeah, cross-sell, but basically you buy a meal, they ask you to pay another 50 cents to upsell your burgers or your fries, right? So this is exactly the same strategy. You basically need to increase your average sale offer. So these are the three video objectives in terms of e-commerce. You need to identify what are your objectives. If you are not sure what you want to do with your video, you are probably being lost. So you need to know exactly understand what is the objective first to begin with. Is it to create awareness about your brand? Is it to increase conversion or to upsell more? Yeah. So after identifying your key objective, you need to know what is the attention span of the customers, of your viewer. Anyone can tell me what is the average attention span? Raise your hand. I got some gift here. I have a company cap. If anyone who can raise your hand and tell me the answer I want now, which is in the next slide, stand up, tell me your name, what you do, and then I will, if the answer is correct, which I will review, I will give you this back. Anybody? I think you raise your hand first. Yep.
Okay, hi, my name is Nabil.
Nabil.
Was it 15?
Sorry?
15 seconds?
15. Hold on there, you can sit down. I will review. Sorry, gentlemen.
3 seconds.
3 seconds. Okay. Anyone else? There's a cap here. If no one gets it wrong, nobody gets it. You can try. Yes.
1 minute.
Sorry?
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. Good try, good try. This is just an example of us learning new. Sorry? 9 seconds. 7 seconds. 7 seconds. 30.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. 4. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. Okay. It's all wrong. The official rate now is 8 seconds. The official announced attention span of people watching your video and not skipping. After this 8 seconds, they will skip. Okay? So I will still give the cap to the next person who is closest, which is 7 seconds. Yes. Thank you. This is the closest lah. You need 7 seconds first. Okay. Common mistakes people make creating videos. All of us probably thought we can make videos, which in fact we do. We just hold up our camera, our headphone, and then we shoot videos. But knowing for e-commerce, you need to know what are the mistakes that you need to avoid. Yeah. No strategic approach, meaning you just shoot without caring what you want to do, what you want to achieve. You just shoot and then you just post it. So that's why when I say you need to identify your objective firsthand, it's very important. Do you want to build brand awareness? If you build brand awareness, it is not merely about someone standing in front of the camera and just blabber about what the product can deliver, right? Brand awareness is about people remembering your brand emotionally, so that the next time when they think of certain category of product, they remember your brand very clearly. So that's brand awareness in general, in 2 seconds. Okay, so you need to identify what are your strategic approach and your objective. Second, over-reliance on YouTube. Everybody thinks YouTube is magic, which it is to a certain degree if you know exactly what you want to do. So that's why when you identify a strategic approach, you know what your objective, what you want to achieve. Going into the platform is the next thing. But if you are over-relying on YouTube, generally you are not optimizing the other platforms like social media and so on and so forth. Yeah. And for e-commerce particularly, inadequate promotion, meaning you are not selling what you need to be selling on your e-commerce. You are basically blabbering about certain product. At the end, they may not even know where to get your product, and they may not even know what are your objective or the benefit of your product. So make sure that you have adequate promotion built within, whether it is in the video or outside during the caption process where you write the keywords and the optimization caption. Make sure you have adequate promotion built into it. Okay, 5 types of video you can do for your e-commerce how-to videos. This is practically the most popular, the most searched and looked after on YouTube. Hussein mentioned the second most popular search engine is YouTube, which is true, it's a fact. Even though it is not a search engine, people search for how to make cake, how to repair a tire, and how to paint a house. It's all on YouTube. So make a how-to video is probably your best bet if your product are technically, you need to describe how to use your product. If it is a pair of shoe, I don't think you need to do it how to wear a shoe, right? So the next one is product in use. I will show you videos on all these categories, so I'll just jump into it. Close-up videos. The center one. Close-up videos are particularly good for people who are selling jewelry, trinkets, watches, things that require close-up intricacies of showing the beauty of your product. So close-up videos are very good, especially for things like that. Installation videos are product like technical installation, TP link, network supplies, even aircon, or car installation. Certain installation that require detailed explanation and step-by-step of how to actually install your product. And last one is, of course, storytelling is probably, it falls into the category of brand awareness. It's probably the most effective, emotionally engaging video that you could attract, but it's good for brand building. Yeah? So, as you can see, there are 5 broad strokes of product category that you can create in terms of video for your e-commerce. But every one of the videos here has got a place. It's not like I am selling cake, so I want to do close-up videos. It may not work. It may work, it may not work, I don't know. So it really depends on the category of the product you sell, and then decide on the objective, and ultimately decide on what kind of video you want to create. This is a how-to video example. How-to videos, meaning how to craft your coffee. Next one, anybody selling bags here, shoes, any e-commerce practitioner, entrepreneur? No one. Or no one is going to raise their hand as well. Okay, I think as half of you are actually having a website selling products on e-commerce. Yeah? Some of you are expert in Lazada probably. Okay, this is a product you use particularly for a bag.
Back here, it's 45 liters in this mode and it expands out to 60 liters. So this is made for those of you guys who carry everything. So let's get right into the features. We've got on the bottom here an incognito reflective strip. Right above that, we've got a zippered padded pocket. Above that, we've got a magnetized closure big pocket with a keychain lanyard. And above that, we've got a Trico-lined pocket to keep things like your cell phone or sunglasses scratch-free. Getting to that expansion, you just open up these compression straps on the side by giving it a little push. They're magnetized. Lower these gussets down, and now it's in its whole 60-liter capacity. On the back side of the bag, we've got a really comfortable air mesh backing. It's channeled to keep the weight off your spine. We've got removable and adjustable sternum strap that's magnetized.
So that this is also another product in use. Basically, product in use is, if you look at the Timbuktu bag product in use video, I think anyone here can create, right? It's just a matter of polishness. You can just stand in front of the camera and just blabber about the usage of the camera of the bag. Anyone here can do. And if you have a platform in e-commerce, you can basically tell people how the product is being used, therefore the product is used. Of course, this is another one which is a little bit more polished. Product like the product you used earlier. Dyson created installation video just to show how people actually install the product. Again, my argument is that any one of us here can create videos like this. You don't even need to talk, you don't even need to appear in front of the camera other than your hand. So just log on your camera, show how the product is being installed. It's as simple as can be, right? So I'll move on. This is an example of close-up videos. There's no music here, but it will be great when you have a piece of classical music, for instance. Add a lot more drama to it. You can almost imagine the piece of music in your head. But that's how effective that piece is. I don't know why they do not have a music for this. This is definitely from an e-commerce site. Okay. I'm rushing through the presentation. Story video. Simple animation story videos. I'm sure we have seen a lot of videos like this. Usually they call it explainer videos. It's created using platform as well as services to create a story to explain how the product is being used. There are many other story videos which I will show you if I have the time. Okay, another story video. I'm sure some of you have seen this.
Adik, belikan saya.
Sana
Hai, macam mana lah.
How they build up the story.
Oi! Tidur pula. Okey. Nanti bila saya fikirkan. Tapi kalau jual 500 saja, sekarang juga saya beli kereta buruk ni. 500? Ya, 500.
Banyak kena bayar ni.
Yes! Pagi-pagi makan roti dengan kayu. Apa dia?
ayah buat apa tu?
Tak cukup duit.
Lah, Karsam je lah.
Langsung. Siapa?
Bukan Karsam. Karsam. Karsam lah cara paling cepat dan mudah untuk menjual kereta. Dengan Karsam, anda akan dapat harga jualan yang terbaik dan menjimatkan masa dan wang untuk pemprosesan jual beli. Hanya perlu masukkan butir-butiran kereta dan pengedar akan membidah kereta yang anda jual secara tulus. Dan yang lebih menariknya, anda dapat menyaksikan secara live. Lebih cepat, lebih selamat dan 100% percuma.
Okay, that's another example of story. It will take a little bit longer, but story can be created longer or shorter. And then once you create a long one, you can cut it into different version, and then using that different version for specific purpose, whether it's on Facebook, on YouTube. Obviously, when you run on YouTube, you can run longer videos, and if it's on Facebook, probably you can cut shorter videos to create teaser excitement, so that when they click, it goes into your longer video version. So that's a story, another story version. Some best practices that you probably can use to create your videos. Obviously, number one, because we know that your attention span is just 8 seconds and below. Officially 8 seconds, but some of you are actually correct. It's getting lesser and lesser and lesser in terms of attention span. So personally, I think probably 3 seconds is as far as I go, right? Unless the video can attract me enough for me to want to continue watching the video. So grabbing attention early is very important. Consider you have less than 5 seconds to create excitement or interest before they skip, so your story has to tell that excitement in the beginning. So grab attention early is very important. Next one is keep it short. For e-commerce, it's pointless to run long videos. Actually, like for instance, Custom is really very long. They're building that for YouTube purpose as well as optimizing for Facebook. But for ads, it's better to keep it keep it short, below 10. Between 10 to 15 seconds is sufficient for your e-commerce. Brand it first. What does it mean? Brand it first basically means that because your attention span is so short, you probably have between 5 to 8 seconds, official 8 seconds. You better make sure your brand is upfront. Because it's simple. You pay the money, they click, your money is gone. So what's better way is to make sure that your brand is upfront, right? They may not view your video anymore, but make sure that they remember your brand. So brand it first is also very important. Optimize. Optimize is something that you can do, but it's better to leave it to the professional to do it. Optimization basically means using the right keywords, putting in the right meta tag, labeling it and calling the video correctly, the way how consumer actually search for. Like for instance, how to bake a cake. If you put your video as in XYZ company chocolate cake, do you think people will find videos like that? Probably not, right? So how to bake a chocolate cake is so much more easier for people to find using YouTube. So optimizing it requires a lot of right keywords, searching for the right keywords, making sure your meta tag is used correctly, putting in the right information, especially on your YouTube page. When you click on more information, make sure that there are sufficient information under the YouTube for people to learn more about your product. Yeah. So optimizing is a tedious process, which better leave it to the professional. But you can do a simple thing like making sure that the video title is correctly labeled. Like for instance, you have a list of how to buy clothes. You created it last year, a list of how to buy clothes, but you want to use it again for this year, right? So the best way is to put the year somewhere between your label again, like list how to buy clothes 2019. So people usually like to search videos or even articles based on the year. They see it's relevant because it's 2019 and not 2018. Somehow your potential of being searched is higher. Okay, so these are just little things that works for your optimization. Sound off. all of us, when we watch video, whether it's on YouTube, on social media, we hate it when we scroll and then the sound just blaring out. So make sure this can be controlled when you buy your YouTube or your Facebook ad. You can click sound off. Make sure it is all sound off. It is a given. You must make sure the video that you buy into Facebook or whatever platform is sound off. So you do not irritate the hell out of the people who actually see your video. Because if they like your videos, they will click the sound on. Okay? Of course, when I say sound on means you have to create your video, generally with sound, whether it's with music or with dialogue, but make sure it is sound off. Therefore, this sound off actually has another strategy below it. Basically, is to put subtitle. Make sure you have subtitles during the sound off. Because when we watch video, sometimes we don't mind having sound off. Probably we are at a very quiet place, we don't want to blabber out the sound. So the subtitle is very important as well. So make sure you have subtitle in the video. Okay, I got a rush. 3 video strategies. I'll just jump into it. These are the 3 general video strategies that you can use. Inspire audience with emotional or relatable stories. This is a lot to do with inspiring the audience. Like for instance, I'll go into it. Educate the audience with useful information as well as entertain them. So these are 3 specific strategies that you can use particularly. Let's say you want to entertain consumer, just like the story of Castle. You decided that you don't know that they are selling what they are selling. You just know that you don't mind looking at the video and enjoying the story. Going deeper a little bit, inspire is help content. Creating help content, what the audience with emotional relatable stories. Typo there. What are they searching for in a brand or your industry? Can your video give them ideas to solve their problems and inspire them with better solutions, for instance? So how-to videos are the best example, yeah, to create inspiration of how to bake a cake, how to repair a tire, and so on and so forth. So this is the first strategy. Second strategy is based on educate. It's a hub content, we call it. Hub content means you constantly create content consistently, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, bi-weekly. So hub content means they know that you are constantly creating content that they can constantly come back on a regular basis to engage with your content. So those are hub content. And of course, this is the hero content, they call it. Basically entertaining consumer, your viewer with stories, whether it's emotional, funny, sad, whatever that is, get emotional. That's the most important part of creating entertainment content. Yeah. So branding video is a great example.
Setiap hari saya berhadapan dengan ramai orang. Ada yang lega dengan ketibaan saya, ada juga yang terburu-buru. Tugas saya melibatkan urusan transaksi antara 2 pihak. Satu memberi salam, satu menyambut dengan senyuman. Setiap hari memang berbeza. Kadang-kadang terasa sepi, tapi tak apa. GPS kan ada. Ketika hujan turun berderai-derai, kedinginan menjadi satu cabaran. Tapi tak mengapa, senyuman anda yang menanti memang kembali. Mungkin satu hari nanti kita dapat bertemu. Saya seorang rider. Saya akan pastikan anda tak makan.
Tak makan video. So it begins with something interesting. I'm a writer. I deliver something, but it still keep building on without telling you what they do until to the end part that they actually explain what he's doing. So that's a story. I'm speaking a lot more. Okay, this is probably more relevant, more important to the whole talk. Jump straight. Okay. This is a recap of the entire talk. Begin from the first point of view. Make sure that you have your objective right. Make sure what your objective is, whether it is to build a brand or to upsell or to increase sell. Yeah. So make sure you know your objective well before you even do anything else. Then move on to the strategies. Decide what strategies you can use. These are all up to you. Depending on the brand, DNA, and how you interact with the customers, your consumer as well. Decide on which strategy you want to use. Then we move on to the best practices. Best practices is once you've decided on what direction you want to use, make sure these best practices are used throughout your entire video content. And finally, decide on the type of videos for your e-commerce. Is it a how-to video or story video or installation video? All this requires best practices for your information. This is simply because it's just 8 seconds. Yeah. So that's the end of my slide. Any question?
Okay, guys, any questions? But if you don't have any question, it's fine because he have a counter at the back, and this is having a counter at the back. You can directly ask to him. Okay, come, let's give him a big round of applause.